Hey, welcome everybody to a special episode of the Dumb Marks podcast. You got the three single guys today here on Valentine's Day. How's it going, fellas?
It's not gaming news. It's advice for the lovelorn.
Oh, that TV love life.
What did you say, Jason?
I said, who planned this out?
The single
Santa
guys.
Booth, yes. So if you're out there, thanks for joining us today. This is a special gaming episode. There was a lot of gaming last week, and me and Chris was talking over the weekend. Was like, yeah, there's a bunch of gaming stuff. We should do a special episode. So here we go.
Definitely a lot of stuff from Nintendo last week, which surprised me.
Yeah.
What's going on, Nate?
Hey, Nate, how are you? Yeah. So let's just jump right into it. Yeah, last week, Nintendo, they had their Nintendo Direct and showing off new games and all that stuff with their presser and everything. Couple questions for Nintendo for you guys. Why do Nintendo lack excitement in their press conference? They drop like maybe one or two games that everybody gets excited for, but the rest of the press conference is terrible. And to me, when I was watching it, I fell asleep on it after the third game. That's how boring it was to me. So, do anybody know what their issue is?
It's geared towards a younger audience. That's my take. So you're not going to get games that stand out to you all like that unless it's a Zelda or Mario.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. I mean, Nintendo is definitely directed at the younger audience, but I mean, the adults are buying it too. You know, I'm still playing Mario games. There's still people out there that are, like you said, still addicted to Zelda. You know, still playing every one of those. And I don't know. It's definitely like there's always like one or two, like you said, Dom. Like, you know, this time it was Zelda. That was the big announcement. More for that for this presser was just the new Zelda game. And other than, you know, then they announced like Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games coming to Switch Online. But other than that, like there's probably at least 20 other games that they announced in there, but I don't really care about any of them.
Yeah. Like I seen Pikmin 4 was the first one they showed. And I know nothing about Pikmin. Then they showed Splatoon. They showed Splatoon and their DLC packages. I never played Splatoon in my life. And I think like once after that, I forget what it was next gaming wise. And I completely just fell asleep on the whole presser.
Another one that they announced was a new Kirby game to Switch, but all it is a Wii release. So it's going to be Kirby Return to Dreamland. So it's coming out sometime this year, and it was originally released on the Wii back in 2011.
So they're trying to double dip on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been a lot of the Switch stuff. Like there's a lot of games that they've done that with, and kind of the one that like grinds my gears the most is Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mario Kart's it's still Edition 8. That's what they released on the Switch whenever it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in 2017. Mario Kart 8 was released for the Wii U in 2014. And all they keep doing is releasing like these booster courses, they call them. And so like, they've been doing that since the Nintendo Online stuff came out. So here we are, you know, 2014, it came out 9 years later, and we're still releasing stuff instead of getting a new Mario Kart game.
Mm-hmm.
Like 9 years later, I feel like you should be releasing something new by this point.
So they're making it like how the Siege is.
You've done this a couple of times. You get to the party, my man.
Yeah. Did it a few times. Yeah, so they're acting like Mario Kart is like Rainbow Six and Siege. Just put one game out there and just add stuff to it. Mm-hmm. Which I think isn't a bad thing, because if you have the base game, you just keep buying the DLC and still make the game new. For them, it's saving money because they're not developing a whole new game. They're developing a couple of tracks and that's it.
Yeah. I don't know how many are coming out on this DLC, but I don't even think you pay for it. I think as long as you subscribe to the Nintendo Online, you get it.
Oh.
So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with Nintendo, the biggest news that came out saying that the new Zelda is going to come out at $70. So this is the first So this is the first time that Nintendo's taken the Sony and Microsoft approach as all first-party titles coming out from now on for Nintendo is going to be $70. What's your thoughts on that?
I get Zelda. Just because how big the game is. Anything else, no, I'm not paying more than that.
No. One of the things that I hate about Nintendo is they rarely discount their games.
That is true.
So it's like I don't play Zelda, so it's like that. This game doesn't bother me. It's like, hey, if people want to pay $70, that's on them. But there's going to come to be a point where a new Mario game comes out, and I'm not paying $70 for Mario.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I said, "Whole sacrifice his mom to play Zelda."
I mean, those games are usually worth it, but that's about it.
But the thing that gets me though is, what is it? The Switch been out since 2017, right? 2017.
Yep.
Yeah. So
17.
That's considered old technology. Why is old technology raising their prices? I mean, I get it. Everybody else is raising their prices on stuff, but this is old tech. I could see Sony and Microsoft doing it because they have new tech out. Old tech is normally supposed to get cheaper as the years go past.
You got that OLED.
That OLED is old tech. That OLED is old tech.
I don't know. Because you're using. It's not like with the Wii. It was the disc. It was just like PlayStation and Xbox. You got a disc out of it. The Switch went back to like cartridges and tiny cartridges. It's like a 1x2 cartridge. So it's not even like, you're getting like an old NES cartridge, to plug into the Switch.
Yeah.
Just getting something like a Game Boy or even smaller. So why? Like, what? Maybe it costs a lot to produce those, but we've talked about this. It's just like, especially like for Zelda, if it's going to be $70, you go on the Nintendo store, the e-store, and they're still going to charge you $70. Like, why are they charging that much money, whenever it's a digital copy?
Yeah, there you go. So the digital versus the physical copy debate again.
Like, there needs to be some sort of discount in there for that stuff.
Yeah, I always said during
Yeah, I'm sure there definitely have been some. I don't know. I've never heard of any, but there's got to be some kids that swallow those things. You couldn't swallow the Game Boy cartridge back in the day. That thing was too big for that. Definitely couldn't do it to the Nintendo cartridge.
Yeah, so let's get into a little bit of that. The digital versus the physical gaming thing. Why are they the same price? Like the debate from the developer side was always it costs that much because of shipping and production. But digital comes straight from the store.
You're getting the same title. That's it. No discount. You're getting the same title.
But shouldn't that be like Dawn said, if it's supposed to include, the cost of production for the disc and everything, and the cost of the shipping to the store, shouldn't be, if it's $70 for the disc, shouldn't it be maybe $60? You get that little break for buying it direct. And
you're not paying for how it comes. You're paying for the name, and the name is a set price.
Now they're saying that it's basically you're saying that the cost is going up because it costs more to make the games. So the time that goes to the developers, the time that the computer animations, the animations, the composers, and all that stuff, especially on the AAA game. Yeah, it costs more to produce a game, so that's why prices are going up.
And then if you discount one, what's to stop everybody from buying?
That'll be the title of the next Nintendo Direct.
If you discount one, what's the sense of buying the disc?
The disc then,
and then the disc goes obsolete all over a $5 sale.
There'll still be those diehards like me buying physical copies.
I have a mix on my Switch, because the Switch, at least, it's easy to upgrade your memory. Granted, they cap you off at a certain memory size, even for the expandable pack, and it just takes like a micro SD.
Mhm.
But I do the mix because of that. At least, I've expanded it the most it can get. And if I want to download some games, I'll download them. If I want to just buy the cartridge because the game's on sale, like whenever someone has a sale, I'll do that. But um, with PlayStation, I'm mostly buying the actual game still because they limit for how like memory heavy all these games are.
Mhm.
And just like it's easier, I think, just to have the game than eat up all your memory on the PlayStation.
And for me, I don't trust cloud, or like I need the physical copy.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
if cloud goes down, you ain't got access to your
Mhm.
game. If your username gets banned, you don't have access to anything.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I need the physical copy,
Yeah, same here.
even though I hate changing discs.
Mhm. It yeah.
Like Nintendo's broken into the world slightly with Nintendo Online,
Mhm.
the online play, but it's mostly focused on NES and stuff like that. The old technology, but maybe one day they'll focus on the new technology because maybe they'll do something like a Game Pass, but for Nintendo.
Oh.
That could maybe be down the road at some point.
Yeah. 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 I just think Nintendo need to take like more risks. I really
Just lost
do.
comment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they are the risk takers of the video game world.
Yeah.
With the Switch being the handheld and a docking station and all that
Mhm.
stuff to play at home. But man, they need more excitement in their direct and just something to try to bring in like the hardcore gamers. Because I just think they live off of nostalgia off their, off their first party, which is nostalgia up and down throughout the, from the 80s all the way up to now. But you just have to do something else.
The past couple years has been heavily Mario focused on all the Nintendo Directs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think they had a little focus on this one. I didn't watch the whole thing because of the new trailer that they released for the upcoming movie. But like last year was like Mario, old nostalgic Mario games and the movie and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like they're so focused on that. And probably the next one will be whenever the movie comes out. But you're right. It's Zelda and Mario and maybe a couple other smaller first party games. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I heard a announced Metroid for it
that
too.
was a big
Yeah,
one.
so Metroid is another nostalgia one. But how many Metroids came out the past couple years?
This is, I think Nintendo have hardcore gamers. They
Mhm.
get a lot of indie support, plus have a good amount of RPGs.
Yeah.
So,
But how far behind are they in the gaming world to make that jump to be on the level of a PlayStation and an Xbox? Because
to your point,
they're still rolling with like simplistic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but like to your point earlier, maybe it's like you said for the age.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
would actually be something to see, like their analytics on like who's actually playing their system more. Like, what's that age group? What's their core demographic that really is playing? And I mean, you're
Jason,
gonna get people like me, but probably is a lot of kids.
Jason, I remember you said like a couple when we did a gaming topic or something like that. You said that the GameCube back then was the switch that Nintendo did from the hardcore gamers that more focus on kids
Mhm.
because it seemed like that system was more focused to kids, and that's where they've been at since then
Yeah.
with the GameCube, the Wii U, Switch
But then you revert back to cartridge, and you don't have the capability to
to do other stuff.
to put out like a Call of Duty level game
Mm-hmm.
that's on equal footing with Sony PlayStation.
Yeah. Like one of the things that I liked, see, like I missed the GameCube. Like I wasn't into Nintendo during that era. I got back into it with the Wii,
Mhm.
and then nobody had the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I didn't play much on there. It's like so now I'm playing more stuff now from the Wii U on the Switch.
Todd.
Not the one, Ty, not the one. But yeah, I didn't get into that. So, like I played some GameCube games because you could play GameCube on the Wii,
Mhm.
because it was backwards compatible that way. But I didn't play a whole lot on there, and it's like
Mm.
I think that was kind of the system that got kids back into Nintendo, like got that
Mhm.
new generation, and then
Yeah.
the Wii just got everybody, got adults and kids back into it.
Well, so we'll see where Nintendo lies at coming up the next year, because I know the other two companies have some hard hitting games coming out this year.
Yeah.
So speaking of one of those companies, Microsoft was back in the news last week. The Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal, they said it might be in jeopardy. According to the UK CMA, which is the Competition and Marketing Authority, that's like their FCC, to make sure everything is fair and balanced. They said that deal will not be fair in the video game and cloud gaming world. So they said that they said that they're negotiating, and the CMA said that they have three options. They could buy Activision, but Activision have to sell Call of Duty. They said Call of Duty got to be its own standalone thing, like sell it off. I don't know where they're going to sell it off to, but just Activision can't have Call of Duty if they want to buy it. Or they could just buy Blizzard, the other part of the Activision Blizzard deal. Just buy Blizzard itself, or they have their third option. The deal is completely dead. So coming from the CMA, Microsoft has those three options. What do you think Microsoft's going to do?
I mean, they want Microsoft for Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
or they want Activision Blizzard for Call of Duty.
Yes.
So I don't see Call of Duty, being spun off.
Mm-hmm.
Is Call of Duty part of Activision, or is that part of Blizzard?
Call of Duty is part of Activision.
Okay.
Yeah. So they said basically Call of Duty is like the main thing, saying that it have to be on everything. It just can't be on Microsoft by itself. So basically, Call of Duty might be even, like they're thinking Call of Duty might even become its own company. It's Call of Duty. So yeah.
So who had the scandal? Was it Blizzard or was it? It was Blizzard, right?
It was Activision.
It was all of Activision.
Yeah, it's Activision Blizzard. Activision bought Blizzard, so it's all the company together. But mainly, it's Activision's part of the company.
Okay,
it had the scandal to it.
Okay, I thought it was Blizzard. Okay.
I mean, Microsoft could just be like, done. I don't want to deal with it anymore. More of a headache than we want, but it's also Microsoft, so they're going to get what they want at some point.
Yeah. And then I also heard that Microsoft was calling Sony to back them up and all that stuff, and Sony went radio silent on them when this came out.
I mean, maybe they just buy Call of Duty if they spin it off. Maybe they just buy Call of Duty, and then what's Activision Blizzard going to do then? I mean, they'll probably end up folding down the road, and then everybody will pick at them and buy bits and pieces of their content anyway. So,
yeah, I think, in my opinion, I think the deal is completely dead. I think Microsoft just bought Activision just for Call of Duty, so they could surrender it on their system only, so everybody could buy a Series S or X for it.
Yeah.
If they can't get Call of Duty, they don't care about all the other stuff that comes with the company. Like they just want that.
Does Blizzard have other than Warcraft or World of
Warcraft is like the main thing.
Okay.
It's the biggest one.
And that's not even big on Sony. So
no, it's not. No, it's more PC.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
And
your stuff is already linked to PC.
Yeah, because that's what it was first.
Yeah.
It was all that. Yeah. So they have till June to figure it out. Once June comes, I'm not sure the exact date, but that's when everything has to be finalized. So I'm just saying Activision is being as an independent company again, like still being an independent company.
Yeah. And I mean, then if they do shut down, then maybe Microsoft scoops in and picks everything up that they want.
Yeah, the bits and pieces of it.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be interesting. That'll be something to keep an eye on, see how everything moves forward with that.
Yep. Also from the Microsoft world. Yesterday, Microsoft admits that Game Pass is actually hurting sales for their games. It was like big surprise there.
Yeah.
uh-huh. They're saying that indie developers who are on the Game Pass deal is not making as much money as they thought because nobody's actually buying the physical game for it because it's already on Game Pass.
Mm.
And then whenever they're off of Game Pass, they ain't making that Microsoft money because I don't think the games ever came to physical disc, something like that. So, so yeah, so because before Microsoft always said, "Oh no, it's not hurting games," and like it's not hurting game sales or everything. Everybody's getting what they want. Well, the consumer's getting what they want, but the developer's not getting what they want now.
This is the same thing that we're hearing with, major entertainment companies with streaming. It's almost the same thing, the same argument. Just like, and I guess even the music industry, it's like you're going to sit there and everybody wants content, but then everybody's like, hey, why am I not getting paid? So it's like they're still reaching their hands out like they were before, and it's not the same. And
see what happens when you listen to the fans.
It seems this is the way to go, but maybe it's bad in the short term, for everybody, but I think in the long term, this is just going to be the route everybody goes.
Mm-hmm. And then I know, like games don't always stay. Like all of Xbox's first party games stay on Game Pass, but not all the indie third party games.
Sure.
And stay on there, so they always got to renegotiate contracts and everything, which I don't know how it works. Yeah, which I don't know how it works because I don't have Game Pass, so I'm not super familiar with it.
With Game Pass, they would say when you download the game, it's yours to keep. Now, is that like forever, or is that until your Game Pass expires, like how PlayStation does?
You know what? I'm not sure because I know PlayStation with their
You never know. You never know.
With PlayStation with their PlayStation Plus tier system, when you download the game is yours until the game gets taken off of the tier system. So when the game gets taken off, you don't have that game anymore. So even if you have it downloaded on your system, you can't play it.
That's what I just happened with me. So whenever I got my PS5 last month, so Don, help me with the levels again. It's Essential, Plus, then
extra,
Premium?
Extra, then Premium.
Okay, so Essential, Extra, then Premium. So I went from Essential and I up to Extra. And I downloaded a couple games, and then I only did the Extra for that month. And then, so in February, whenever I went back to the Essential, I can't play any of those games now that I downloaded that were on the Extra tier. So it's like, even though I downloaded it, because I'm not subscribed to Extra, they won't let me play it. Why don't you sound like Trojan says? They're prepping you for whatever you need. Coming soon, PlayStation Magnum.
Yeah, so talking the be all end all, Game Pass being the future of gaming, looking like it might be in a little trouble on developer side, not with the gamer side, the developer side.
I'm not surprised, but this could get to that point anyways of what we were just talking about with the Microsoft Activision Blizzard, talks. Will Sony and Microsoft just keep buying people up just so then that's what Game Pass becomes? Sony has all their content on, PlayStation Plus. Microsoft has all their content on Game Pass, and it is what it is. And maybe EA, because I think EA has both, right? EA plays on Sony and
Yes.
and on Xbox. So, or maybe you get something like that instead of PlayStation and Game Pass. It's just whatever the content they own. Then you get all these other developers putting their content on.
I feel like they need to limit their catalog and
Hey, good business sense with them.
Limit the catalog and rotate. I don't want to say frequently, but rotate maybe every 3 months. Rotate, and then if you want that game, if they can't take it off, you still have the option to buy it.
Buy it outright.
Yeah, so you're not just as long as Game Pass has that game, you're not getting any sales until you take it off.
Yeah. But do you take it off for good, or do you just take it off then bring it back at another point?
I'd re-up, but it wouldn't be it'd be a while before I re-upped on it.
Or do you even do something with Game Pass like, we'll take WWE since we all play it. WWE 2K22 is out right now, and 2K23 will be coming out in March. Do you, for maybe the first 6 months to a year, you can only buy the game, and then after a certain amount of time, that's whenever it goes on Game Pass?
Well, the big hype was at day one.
Yeah.
So that's what got everybody going for it. It was a day one. I'd say if you want to do the day one deal,
didn't even know.
Yeah, they do have a
day one deal. You'll have the game for 3 months, and then you take it off. And then once they establish another game coming, or once it starts going down for the greatest hits sales, you put it back on for forever, since you're probably never going to make money off that anymore. So I'd leave it back on the library.
Okay.
So with the 2K, every year, you got the first 3 months of the game, the day one, take it off for the rest of the year, and then once the new set one comes out, I'll slap the old one on Game Pass.
And then how long do you keep some of those games on? 2K23 coming out, 2K22 being the current game. Do you keep 2K21 or 2K20?
Until they kill the server, until you don't see any more people playing it. Okay. I go by how many plays it has. If it's not getting played, cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why Sony never wanted to put their first party games out on the PlayStation Plus tier system, because of relationships they have with their own first party developers, to put them in a bind like this is. Yeah, they're make that money first, then we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. I mean, for someone like me, because that I play games, but I'm not a hardcore gamer. I'm very casual about it. Right now I'm playing my Switch because GoldenEye came out, and they have some of these old Game Boy games. But I just got my PS5, but I haven't touched it in a week or so now. So it's I don't necessarily even want to pay $70 for a game. I'm cool whenever I can get it on sale at some point. So someone like me, if new games wouldn't go on to say PlayStation Plus, for 6 months a year, I could wait. That doesn't bother me. But I know there are hardcore gamers out there that would want some day one titles, like you said, Jason.
All right.
So you can't remember the days gone by by putting on PS Plus.
Oh, Ty. All right. Next topic we're going to go to Hogwarts Legacy. Now, this is the newest game that came out, the newest hot game that's out. Everybody's playing it and all that stuff. What's your thoughts on the game itself? And then plus some of the reviews are getting review bombed because of some, let's say, controversies that they have with, certain parts of the game and certain authors of, the Harry Potter series. So first, your thoughts on the game, if you've seen any gameplay on it and anything.
I haven't seen any gameplay, but from the commercials, and I see my boy post his little made up character, and I was ready to go out and buy it. I've never seen a Harry Potter a day in my life, nor will I. I was ready. I was thinking about it. Out here casting spells and shit.
Guy over here doesn't say that he's never seen a Harry Potter, then he's posting like actual spells on Facebook the other day.
Especially that spell.
Yeah. These
I
spells.
had to Google that. I was what fits?
Especially that one. You have to be deep in the universe to know that one.
It's the 1800s. I haven't watched any gameplay. I did hear, I guess, like over the weekend, like Friday and over the weekend, it blew up on Twitch. I guess like everybody was playing it and everybody was watching like the streams for it. So if you blew up on Twitch over the weekend because you were playing Harry Potter, cool for you. You know, it's something that I do want to play. You know, I've watched all the Harry Potter movies. I didn't read the books, but I watched all the movies. I enjoy them. It's something I will play. It's not a game that I'm going out and buying day one again because I'm not paying the $70 for it. But if it would go on, you know, on PlayStation Plus, I'll check it out. You know, at some point.
If it ever goes on a buy two get one deal, I'll probably pick it up as the free game.
Okay.
Yeah, I see some game. Go first.
I was just gonna say, I think it's gonna be one of those games that's gonna have tons of DLC content. That'll probably be another one that lasts for a little while too.
Oh yeah. I seen gameplay on it. It looks very, very smooth. Very smooth. The 60 FPS and all that. People was asking me, am I gonna buy the game since I'm a hardcore gamer? I was like, I got other stuff on the horizon to even start thinking about that stuff right now. So maybe down the line, you know, maybe towards Christmas, if there's a sale or something on it, yeah, I might check it out. But it's not in my foreseeable future, you know, right now on it. But everything that I've seen on it myself with my own two eyes look very good. The reviews, I don't give much to the reviews. I like to play it, but since I bought up the reviews, let's talk about the reviews.
Yeah. That's the first I saw was some of the reviews before I even seen anything on gameplay.
Yeah, so the reviews of the game, it's like completely opposite ends. People love it, people hate it. But I think that the people that are hated part are review bombing it because of stuff that happens in the game. I think it's like transgender or something. Like I didn't read up much on it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. You know how people don't like that stuff, and a lot of hate for J.K. Rowling's. I don't know what the deal is with that, but the one review they gave it a 1 out of 10. Basically, the whole review was about J.K. Rowling's and not about the game. So where are we getting with that? Like you are supposed to be a video game affiliate who's reviewing the game, but you're not reviewing the game. You're reviewing the author of the books. Yeah. So can that really be a review on the game?
It's a tough area right now that I think Warner Brothers has been trying to, you know, toe that line very delicately because it's Warner Brothers creating everything, you know, and you're giving the majority of the money to Warner Brothers. But J.K. Rowling has been one of those people that have said certain things that she shouldn't say out loud, and you know, people, you know, basically have tried to cancel her for that reason, and she's still getting her money, and that's the reason why they're getting the review bombs. You know, at the end of the day, and I definitely can understand it. You know, like why they're trying to shut down the game. You know, because that's what I said. I was like, you know, I was interested in the game last week, and then all I kept seeing was bad reviews. I rate this one 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 one time. I was like, oh, maybe the game sucks. But then, like, whenever you actually get into hardcore gamers, you know, they're enjoying the game. But it's real interesting. You know, maybe like the people that aren't going to do the deep diving into it, they'll just see that 1 out of 10, just be like, okay, I was going to buy it, but now I'm not going to.
The thing is, I'll never believe a 1 out of 10.
Very true.
Like no matter how you can just look at the game and tell that's not a 1 out of 10. So it's somebody just being hateful just for the sake of being hateful.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Like I said, I don't know the stuff about J.K. Rowling's, anything that she said or anything. I don't know because I don't follow it up on it. So yeah, I'm just looking at it as a game. That's all I'm looking at it as, a game. Is it a good game? Isn't it a good game? That's all I want to see. That's all I want to do is play.
I mean, what was the Harry Potter game on the phones? A couple years ago that everybody was playing. It was kind of like Pokemon Go, but with Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Just like everybody was playing that game, but I didn't hear the outcry for that one. Like everybody kept playing that one, but that was even after all the J.K. Rowling stuff. But not condoning anything that she said, because just sometimes keep your opinions to yourself, I guess. But
yeah. So, just one of your guys' thoughts on that. So now, last part. Games as individuals. So I know we're gamers and all that stuff. What are you guys currently playing, and then what are you guys looking forward to in the next couple of months to play for games coming out?
I have WWE Champions on my phone. It's a puzzle game, and that's about the only thing that gets love these days. What's in my system? I believe it's God of War. Between that and Gotham Knights.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't play Madden every day anymore?
I played it one time this year. I played it once and never played it again. Maybe because the Steelers were bad in the beginning. I don't know. I just never got into it. Well, I'll be buying it when it comes back out again. Yeah. Maybe I'll get back into it. But yeah, completely fall off of gaming this year.
Taekwondo says he's playing the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
I still gotta break that open.
Yeah, it's a game I want to play. I never played any Ratchet and Clank, but I do want to play that one. Just never got into it. Jason, there a game you looking forward to coming out in the next couple months?
I'm gonna go with the WWE 2K23. I would say the Resident Evil, but I still haven't finished the PS3 version, the PS2 version, whichever PS version.
Chris, how about you?
I said Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4.
Okay.
Weird ass game.
Which guy? Which guy?
What the hell is Tears of the Kingdom?
That's the Zelda.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the Breath of the Wild 2 sequel.
Let me guess. You watch anime too, Taekwondo.
Hey, don't come after the anime people.
I say, glad I'm in between the cousins right now.
Now.
I think I'm more dark skinned than you.
Game I'm playing right now. It's been a lot of the Nintendo Switch Online right now. Just the old stuff, GoldenEye, Game Boy stuff. Never had a Game Boy Advance, so I was checking a little bit of that out too. Playing some Game Boy stuff that I played back in the day. A lot of Tetris right now.
The best puzzle game in the world.
Exactly. Playing a lot of that stuff. I'm currently waiting on 2K22 and MLB The Show 2022. So those are both due in this week. So get those in. Those were on sale whenever I bought them. Games I'm looking forward to, probably the wrestling games. WWE 2K23 and AEW Fight Forever might come out in the next quarter. I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to be in development forever.
Yeah. Rumor is it's supposed to be coming out, so they finally got its rating. So
a rumor coming out, yeah. Okay.
So should be. I don't know if it was already in production. They have the games waiting with that T rating on it, or if they had to wait till they got the approval for it and then can print them. But
yeah, just like that Ubisoft Pirates game that was announced in 2013 still ain't come out yet.
Still pushing it back.
Push it back. Me myself, I'm playing the Medium on my PS5. game I got for Christmas. What? Not last year. Yeah, last year. Yeah, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. Finally getting back into that because I had to quit that because a couple big hitters came out for that. Hopefully after I get done with that, I'm just jump back into Last of Us, get back into that universe. Yeah, but right now the game I'm looking forward to is Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm not big on Resident Evil 4. I'm one of the few that don't like it, but after watching all the stuff on this remake, it's really catching me. It really got me itching for another Resident Evil. So yeah. So after beating the village up and down again and that stuff, because I love the whole franchise, I need a Resident Evil in my life again.
There you go. When's that come out?
Come out March 23rd. March 24th. Yeah,
Okay.
March 24th. So
Right.
mm-hmm.
Ready soon.
Oh, yeah, ready soon. Yep, I got to clear off some room on the PlayStation.
There you go.
Get ready for that.
If anybody knows any good, cheap multiplayer games, co-op games where like 4 or more can play, that's not Call of Duty or Uno, let us know, because
yes, please let us know.
And we can only take so many Sonic Racing.
Sonic Racer is fun.
It is.
It is fun. Yeah, we still got to play Turtles together.
Yeah, I still need to get them. I'm waiting for those to go on sale.
Yeah, we all need to play that together.
That was actually the game I wanted to get with MLB The Show last week whenever they were on sale.
Mm-hmm.
But said it was out of stock. I call bullshit.
It's always on the store.
Yeah,
it's always on the store digitally.
It's true. Whenever if it gets to like $20, then I'll buy it. It's right now. It keeps hovering around 30. Yeah, so it's just like same with Shredder's Revenge. I want to buy both of them. So.
Unfortunately, last week we didn't get our One Gotta Go poll results. We was too busy having fun with the current One Gotta Go. Check it out right now on our YouTube page.
Just happens to be Valentine's Day related. So,
So Chris, our One Gotta Go poll with the N64 stuff. What did that end up as?
We had actually a lot of votes for this one. So thank you to everybody that came out and voted for Nintendo 64. Some of the votes actually kind of surprised me. So it was between Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, GoldenEye 007, and Zelda. What do you guys think? What do you think?
I know it would probably win, and I hate that it went, and I voted for it.
I think Zelda.
I'm thinking, I'm going with Zelda.
With the most votes, it was Zelda. Gotta go. And
that to me, that's the best game on the system.
See Ty's response below for that one.
Yeah. Ty, I did vote it off because it didn't have for me. It didn't have replayability. It to me, it's the best game on the system, but I'm never going back to play it again. Everything else, I can go back and jump in like it never left off.
I'm not saying Zeldas aren't good games. It's just I haven't played a Zelda game in a long time, and I may have played that one. I don't even remember. It's been so long. But I know I haven't played anything since Wii on of Zelda. Or I guess GameCube on, if there even was a GameCube game. But yeah. Number 2, though, was GoldenEye. So
I get it.
I didn't vote for Zelda. I voted for Mario Kart.
It's okay. My bad, Ty. But 007 surprised me. But I guess the least amount of votes were Mario and Mario Kart. So Mario's still getting love.
Because those are for everybody. Like GoldenEye was like for a specific, cater to a specific audience, and was good for that.
Yeah. I think people voted the GoldenEye off because it's not a flushed out Call of Duty shooter. That's what it was. It ain't smooth. Yeah, so again, thank you for all the votes for One Gotta Go. That was a good one, Jason. That was really good.
That was good.
Hey, I produce nothing but bangers. After bangers.
Oh.
Don't put that up there, but that's a good one.
Well, that's all I have for the gaming news, this week. There's just those big 3 topics and anything. Anybody have anything else to say about it? Anything else?
Yeah, that was good. I'm cool with doing more of these gaming topics, going in
like quarterly.
Yeah.
Like Battle of the Belts,
Not on Valentine's Day, but yeah.
What? It's a Tuesday. That's all it is to me. Ain't nothing special.
Easter comes up in the next quarter, so maybe we can do it on Easter.
Hey, we can do it on Easter.
Just a Tuesday. That's it. Chris, you want to give out our info and all that stuff?
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We are pretty much on all social media at DumbMarksPod. Hit up us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, all that fun stuff. Anywhere podcasts can be found, you can find our podcast. Give us a subscribe, give us a review if possible, and make sure you hit up the merch at prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. If you missed it, there was a sale this past weekend. We try to get that out there, but 20% off. You never know whenever there's going to be a sale that will pop up sale on Pro Wrestling Tees. So for all the links and everything more and all content, head over to dumbmarkspod.com.
I do have beef with whoever tagged me in the Dumb Marks post and gave Taquan my my handle. He found me. God damn it.
Wasn't expecting that, but I was just trying to let some people go into your DMs. That's all I was trying to help you out with.
Again, everybody, thank you. Be watching and all that stuff. Like Chris said, we might do these quarterly or something like that when the big event comes around. Gather them up and all that stuff. So, yes, Todd, thank you. Always. So just leave it at that. With Steve's call, I'm a Mark. You're a Mark. Tell a Mark.
See you around the way.
See you around the way.